Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2015 Spring Commencement of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. It is a pleasure and an honor that we express our sincere gratitude to all of you for sharing in this very special occasion with us. We would like to especially recognize some key people today, including and especially our commencement speaker, who is none other than the Governor of the state of Arkansas, the Honorable Asa Hutchinson. Unfortunately, our Board of Trustees Chairman, Ben Heineman, and our President, Dr. Donald Bobbitt, will not be able to be here today. They were grounded and are unable to fly to get here today, so we are going to miss them. However, we have Trustee Stephen Broughton, who is here today and who will stand in admirably. Dr. Broughton. We're pleased also to have Chancellor Emeriti, Dr. Lawrence Davis Jr. is here with us today. Dr. Davis. Also pleased to have among Chancellor Emeriti Dr. Carolyn Blakely, and Dr. Calvin Johnson as well. We're honored to have with us today as well Mr. Rodney Slater, former U.S. Secretary for Transportation. And our representative, our Arkansas State Representative, Vivian Flowers. We're pleased to have all of our elected public officials, faculty, staff, family, friends, and supporters here with us today. We're pleased to have as well our First Lady, Veronica Alexander, in the house. I'll just take a moment at the beginning to comment on the word commencement. The word commencement means beginning. The class of 15, this is the occasion on which you begin the rest of your lives, surrounded by parents, friends, relatives, family, and alumni. This commencement promises to be a memorable one for our graduates as we honor their achievements and promise for the future. We have an awesome class of students graduating today. Among this graduating class, we have an honor graduate, Asia Colon. Where's Asia Colon? Raise your hand. Asia. And the significance for this day is that on this day, 28 years ago, her father, Dr. Charles Colon, one of our faculty members, graduated from this institution. Dr. Colon. Dr. Colon, that's great family planning. Also in this class are cousins Tara Branch and Canovius Branch II. Where are they? Give them a round of applause. They are the 27th and 28th descendant of the late John West Branch and Dorothy May Branch to graduate from UAPB, making nearly 100 members of the Branch family that have graduated from this university. What an awesome legacy for the Branch family. And they have endowed a scholarship at this university so that others outside of the branch family can have that UAPB experience as well. Thank you to the branch family. This day represents a day of honor and perseverance, achievement and accomplishment. This is the day that the Lord has made. So let us rejoice and be glad in it. As we witness our graduates take their next step into the future and begin their journeys to success. And now let us stand to our feet and remove our caps as the Vesper Choir will lead us in the national anthem. Please remain standing for the invocation which will be given by the Reverend Dr. Hank Wilkins IV.
Good afternoon. As the Chancellor has indicated, this is the day the Lord has made. We're here to celebrate. Why don't we take a moment and just give God some praise? There are many who will graduate various laudes, and there are those who will graduate thank you, Lordy. Lord, we thank you for the blessing of this day. We thank you that we've come to this point where so many are able to step forward and give thanks and praise, looking back over their shoulders and acknowledging that it was you that brought them along the way. We ask today that you would help all of those who are graduating to remember that commencement really means this is the beginning of a new opportunity for their lives. But as they look back, to make sure they don't forget those who helped them make it to this point. We thank you for our university administrators, for the president, and we thank you for our chancellor. We thank you for the words that we know will be shared by our governor with us today, and all of the administrators of the university and the faculty who have touched the lives of these young people who will go out and make a difference in this nation and world because they were a part of the pride of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. So bless now our proceedings, and in all things we shall be careful to give you the praise, the honor, and the glory. In the name of Jesus Christ our Lord. And all the people said, amen. You may be seated.
Thank you, Pastor Wilkins. At this time, we're going to call forward trustee on our member of the Board of Trustees of the University of Arkansas System to bring greetings, Dr. Stephen Broughton.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Today, as usual for me, is a wonderful occasion. I love seeing graduates of the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, my alma mater. I extend to you at this time greetings on behalf of the University of Arkansas Board of Trustees. We are proud of your many accomplishments and honored to share this important day with you, your family, and friends. Graduates, I want you to look up in the stands at your loved ones and thank them at this time. Family. We owe our family and friends everything. And now UAPB is a part of that family. As you go out there and begin your careers, I hope you find fulfillment in your commitment to making people's lives better as well as making this world better. Wherever your journey takes you, but hopefully we'll get a lot of you to stay here in Arkansas to make Arkansas a better state. I encourage you at this time to also thank the administration and faculty who have been diligent in helping you prepare for your future. They helped you to prepare for the challenges that you will face out there in the real world, as people say. Give your faculty a hand. UAPB has continued to provide a quality education for our people. Go out there and make yourself proud, but make this institution proud of helping you to get started in your life. This is important because we have so much to do in this world today. As we read about all the things that are going on in the world, one of the things we know is that we have to be prepared to go out there and make a difference. UAPB, I'm sure, has prepared you to go out there and make a difference. Graduates, you are ready. You're ready. You've been prepared. You've completed all the challenges that have been here. So I can tell you honestly that you are ready. So get out there and not only make a difference, but have some fun doing it. As you look to your future, I want you to know that we have the utmost confidence in you. Thank you for the hard work. Thank you for continuing to believe that you can be everything that you need to become. And I hope that you have a most wonderful life and a most wonderful future. God bless you and keep you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Broughton, for extending those greetings on behalf of the Board of Trustees. As I mentioned at the outset, and I do want to reiterate because Dr. Bob had asked me that he sends his regrets because he really loves coming to this commencement exercises, so he regrets not being able to be here today. At this time, and you know, when you start recognizing people, you sometimes accidentally overlook one or two folks. And I don't want to overlook anyone, but we do have Reverend Beecher Hicks's wife. Mrs. Hicks is here today, and I want to recognize her as well. Mrs. Hicks. And there are some folks who are very important to us, who we work very closely with for the advancement of this university, and they are our advisory board members. Would the members of our advisory board please stand and be recognized at this time? The members of our advisory board. Board of Visitors. I'm sorry. Board of Visitors. Thank you. At this time, our program calls for the presentation of honorary degrees. And on today, we have 2 honorary degrees to present, but assisting me and with this process is going to be our Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Jacqueline McCrae. At this time, it is our great pleasure to bestow on 2 most deserving individuals the Honorary Doctor of Laws degree. First, on Reverend Hicks, and then Governor Hutchinson. Would Dr. McCrae please come at this time for the presentation?
Dr. H. Beecher Hicks, Jr. exercised his calling to the gospel ministry as senior servant of the historic Metropolitan Baptist Church in the District of Columbia from 1977 to 2014. His retirement on December 31st, 2014 brings closure to a pastoral ministry of 49 years and a preaching ministry of 53 years. He was licensed and ordained to preach the gospel by the Mount Olivet Baptist Church in Columbus, Ohio. Following his retirement, by God's grace, he continues to teach and preach, and that's why he is called a preacher's preacher. As the fifth pastor of the Metropolitan Congregation, Dr. Hicks worked diligently to develop one of the world's foremost Christian congregations, distinguished by its fervent worship and prophetic preaching. Within the academic and theological communities, Dr. Hicks has served as adjunct professor at the United Theological Seminary, the Chicago Theological Seminary, Colgate Rochester Divinity School, and the Howard University School of Divinity, among others. Most recently, the Wesley Theological Seminary in Washington, D.C. named Dr. Hicks as the Distinguished Visiting Professor of Homiletics. Dr. Hicks is a 1964 honor graduate of Arkansas A&M College, now the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. He graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in speech and drama with a minor in English. As a recipient of the Rockefeller Protestant Fellowship, Dr. Hicks graduated from Colgate Rochester Divinity School in May of 1967. He was selected as one of the original Martin Luther King Fellows at the Colgate Rochester Divinity School in 1972. His graduate studies also took him to the University of Nigeria, the University of Ghana, and the University of Science and Technology in Kumasi, Ghana. He earned the Doctor of Ministry in Theology degree in 1975. Subsequently, his dissertation, Images of the Black Preacher, The Man Nobody Knows, was published by Judson Press in 1977. In 1994, Dr. Hicks received the coveted Merrill Fellowship at Harvard University Divinity School, and in 1999, he earned a Master of Business Administration degree from George Washington University. In 2008, the prestigious Morehouse College of Atlanta, Georgia, honored Dr. Hicks with an honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree. Dr. Hicks, a native of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, is the second of 3 children born to the Reverend Dr. H. Beecher Hicks, Sr. and Mrs. Eleanor Frazier Hicks. He is married to the former Miss Elizabeth Harrison of Selma, Alabama. They are the proud parents of H. Beecher III, the Reverend Ivan Douglas Hicks, and Kristen Elizabeth Hicks. Dr. and Mrs. Hicks are the doting grandparents of 3 granddaughters, Austin, Ashley, and Anna, and 2 grandsons, Henry IV and Harrison Hicks. Dr. H. Beecher Hicks, Jr. Mr. Asa Hutchinson was sworn in as the 46th Governor of Arkansas on January 13, 2015. Promising to bring more jobs and economic growth to his native state, he has spent his first weeks in office making good on those assurances. During his first full day on the job, Governor Hutchinson called the executives of 6 companies to let them know Arkansas wanted their business. He has already fulfilled his pledge to lower taxes and create a more business-friendly climate. Governor Hutchinson has forged a consensus on the funding of the private option healthcare initiative through 2016 and pledged to create a task force to recommend future changes. Governor Hutchinson has worked in a bipartisan way to require computer science in every high school. He crafted a solution to prison overcrowding, refunded our payroll system, and increased support for alternative sentencing for nonviolent offenders. Before being elected governor, Mr. Hutchinson served in a variety of posts in the private and public sector. Notably, he served as director of the Drug Enforcement Administration and as the first undersecretary of the Department of Homeland Security. Voters in Arkansas's 3rd District also elected him to Congress 3 times. Governor Hutchinson is a graduate of the University of Arkansas School of Law, and at age 31, he was appointed by President Reagan as the nation's youngest U.S. attorney. He and his wife Susan have been married for 41 years. They have 4 children and 5 grandchildren. And now, it gives me great pleasure and honor to witness the hoodie of our next honorary graduate, the Governor of Arkansas.
It is my great pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker. Our commencement speaker is no stranger to anyone. We got to know him during the campaign for governor. We had several meetings with candidate Hutchinson, and that led to various meetings after Governor Hutchinson took office. Governor Hutchinson has already helped us in a number of ways with a number of things that we're working on here for the future of our university. So it is my great pleasure, and it is an esteemed honor to present to you today our commencement speaker, the Governor of the state of Arkansas. Let's receive him, Governor Asa Hutchinson.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Alexander. Dr. Broughton, thank you for being here today. I'm honored to be here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and I'm particularly honored to receive this Doctorate of Laws degree, honorary, from UAPB, and to be joined on the stage by Dr. Hicks. What an honor it is and a humbling experience. To members of the faculty that are gathered here today, graduates, this is a particularly wonderful occasion in my mind as Governor of Arkansas, because as Governor, my first commencement address is here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. And then let me add to the graduates here. My address is to you, my congratulations is to you, and my excitement is for you. And I think all of you have a moment of nostalgia as you think about this moment, the sacrifices that have been made, the people who helped get you here, and the accomplishment that you have achieved. And so from my heart to yours, congratulations. And in that moment of nostalgia, I have to think back as well about people who have influenced my life, and of course I think of my dad. The example that he set. And I'll never forget, as a young boy, my dad worked in a poultry plant. He worked on the line and had to be there at 5 a.m. inspecting chickens. But he would leave the house at 4:15. We lived on a farm. Our farm was only 5 minutes away from the poultry plant. And I said, Dad, why do you leave 45 minutes early when it only takes 5 minutes to get to work? And his answer I'll never forget. He said, son, you gotta leave early enough to allow time to have a flat tire, change it, and still be to work on time. Old school, strong values, an example that he set for me. And to me, there are three great qualities that my dad taught me that are important in life. Not complicated, simple, old school, and those qualities are showing up, running the race, and finishing. Graduates, you have done that. You showed up, you worked hard, and you finished the race. And that says so much about life itself. Show up, work hard, finish the race. And so I congratulate you, but you also know that those three simple qualities are met with obstacles every step of the way. You got to jump over a hurdle to show up. You might have to change a flat tire. It's hard to run the race when you've got obstacles, but you finish and you've done something great. And then that's what you've accomplished. Now let's get excited about the future. The future is before you. And I have had a remarkable change in my life. I've won races, I've lost races, but got elected governor of Arkansas. And as governor, after 100 days in office, I'm so experienced I can offer a few observations. And a couple of observations I've learned very quickly in my new job as governor is that little things matter a lot. And you know, in today's world, it's all about the new, latest, big idea. But let's not forget the small things. I'm so glad when I fly an airplane, someone did not forget the small details about putting that airplane together. It's the small things in life, the small habits, whether you are in government or whether you are in business, that make a difference in success. So please never forget the small things of life, the habits, the importance of faith. The other thing I've observed and I'm so proud of, and that is the uniqueness of the state of Arkansas. We are a unique state geographically in terms of our people, in terms of our opportunity, and I'm so proud of this state. You know, whether you're a Republican, whether you're a Democrat, or whether you're an independent, after the election is over with, we have a habit of pulling together to get the job done that is unique about Arkansas and is different than Washington, D.C. And so we have much to be proud of. I've observed, and I continue to observe in life, that public service is noble. And you graduates will go into business, you will go into healthcare, you will go into agriculture, but some of you along life will consider public service, and I applaud you for that. Leon Jones is a friend of mine. Leon Jones is a graduate of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. He is now my Director of Labor and serves in my cabinet, and I'm proud of him as a graduate who considered public service. And so there's many examples for you to follow. I've also observed, and I'm convinced, that Arkansas is ready for national leadership. Now you might think, are you kidding me? And the answer is yes. When I get a call from a national publication and they say, Governor, how in the world is Arkansas leading the nation in a comprehensive computer science education program. When they asked the question, Dr. Broughton, I just simply paused and said, who cares about the answer? They asked the question. And what a joy it is that we in fact are leading the nation, and we can continue to do so. The other thing I'm impressed about this state and I observed is that Arkansans are full of compassion. Full of compassion, whether it is helping our neighbor, being in a voluntary organization, contributing ourselves, public service, or working through the church. We are a compassionate people, and let us never forget the compassion of the people of the Arkansas and the example that has been set. And so those are just a couple of observations from my vast experience in my 100 days as governor. But I think they're true, and they'll continue to serve us well. It is traditional also for a commencement speaker to give few words of counsel to those graduates as you enter life. Well, they're not complicated, they're not profound, but let me do offer you a few points. First of all, as Reverend Wilkins said in his prayer, never forget those who helped get you here. Be thankful. Whether it's a parent, whether it's a teacher, or whether it's a friend, people always help you along the way. They have in my life, they help you. Always be grateful. Secondly, always be loyal and support the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. This is your institution. Be proud of it. It helped you. Be loyal to it. It is historic, proud, and an accomplished university. Its strength and vitality are essential for the future of the state of Arkansas, and that is one reason I'm here today. Also, let me tell you, along the path of life, expect and rejoice and embrace in the unexpected. It was mentioned in my introduction that I served as Undersecretary at Homeland Security, in charge of keeping our borders, our transportation safe from a terrorist attack. Well, I have a background as a lawyer. I have a background in public service and in Congress. But let me tell you, I was never prepared for what they asked me on my first day. On my first day at Homeland Security, my operation chief called me and said, Mr. Secretary, a plane has been hijacked in Cuba and it is headed for the airspace of the United States. Mr. Secretary, what action should we take? I wanted to turn around and say to someone next to me, John, what should we do? But John was not next to me. And I thought there's nothing in life that has prepared me to answer this question. But rejoice in the unexpected, and you learn to ask a question to people around you and build the right team and ask the question, and you have confidence in the direction that you give. Now, sometimes when I tell that story, I forget to tell the conclusion. I leave people hanging. But actually, I asked the right question. We followed protocol. We diverted the plane outside of Miami, and we landed the plane safely without any incident. And so rely upon those people around you. Rejoice in the unexpected. And then finally, let me counsel you to stay true to yourself. Your convictions, your passions, what governs you, stay true to yourself. One of my favorite authors, Henry Van Dyke, wrote a book called The Ruling Passions. Every person has passions that govern your life, that you cherish, whether it is art, whether it is music, whether it is seeking justice, whether it is some other passion that you have. Be true to yourself, follow your passions, and follow your dreams. And so graduates, congratulations to you. I'm proud of you. Enjoy this day. And I don't expect you to remember 25 years from now who spoke at your graduation. But I do hope you remember those that helped you along the way, and the opportunities that you have because of the education and sacrifice of so many. This morning I read in my devotional about the letter of Paul in the New Testament, and he gave an admonition that I think is applicable today. He told to Titus, remind the people to be ready to do whatever is good, to slander no one, to be peaceable and considerate, and always to be gentle toward everyone. Is that not good advice for the graduates of the class of 2015? Congratulations.
Thank you, Governor Hutchinson, for those challenging words and for those words of encouragement and inspiration to our graduates. We appreciate you on this occasion. We appreciate you on this occasion, and we thank you. And we thank you once again. Our governor has to leave the ceremony today, but I do want him to know that we appreciate his coming in today, and we thank him for his appearance and for giving us a memorable commencement address. At this time, let us recognize the governor as he and the official party will be leaving at this time. Thank you. Let's stand and receive. At this time, for our commissioning ceremony, it is my great pleasure to present to you retired Colonel Nathaniel Todd and Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Foster, who will conduct the United States Army commissioning ceremony. Colonel Todd, Lieutenant Colonel Foster, please come forward.
Would the commissionees, Cadet LaShonda Cathy and Cadet Quentin Thompson, please move forward for the oath of office and your commissioning. While they're moving forward, I'd like to welcome today Colonel Retired Nathaniel Todd. He's a great friend of the UAPB ROTC program. He's one of our senior mentors here, and we're very thankful that he could be here today to execute this oath of office.
At ease. We lift up our eyes to the hills, from which cometh our help. Our help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. The Governor Hutchinson is absent on the dawn of this new day in Arkansas. The Chancellor Alexander in this golden era of excellence here at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, Reverend Hicks, Reverend Wilkins, Ms. Hall, faculty, staff, students, family, and friends of the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. Good afternoon. I stand before you today with the task of commissioning Cadet Cathy as a second lieutenant into the United States Army and Cadet Thompson as a second lieutenant into the Arkansas National Guard. These two leaders have answered the call of duty to our country. Dr. Brockton, like many of today's graduates, Cadet Cathy and Cadet Thompson have not only achieved academic success, they have honed their skills in leadership here at the University of Arkansas in Pine Bluff, who will apply those skills in defense of our democracy and our way of life. Over the next several years, these cadets will be called to lead their sons, our sons and daughters of our nation. This institution and their parents can be proud of their chosen profession. Cadet Cathy, being one of a few chosen to serve on active duty in the profession of arms, a very competitive endeavor. Chancellor, I'd like to take a few moments to say farewell to one of Cadet Cathy's and Cadet Thompson's mentors, a great officer, champion of the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, and my friend, Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Foster. Dr. Brockton, Lieutenant Colonel Foster has provided officership to many cadets and has advocated economic and leadership development for the citizens of South Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and Monticello. During this tour at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, the Golden Line Battalion has been saluted by Cadet Command and our officer leadership in Washington, D.C. Thank you, Colonel Foster. And to each graduate here today, I add my charge to that of the governor. I charge you to join Cadet Kathy and Cadet Thompson in answering the clarion call made by President John F. Kennedy over 65 years ago. Ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. Cadets, I have absolute confidence that the education and training you received here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff have prepared you well for the challenges you will face in the years ahead. Therefore, the very best piece of advice that I can give each of you is to always be honest and candid in everything you do. Soldiers must have trust and confidence in their leaders, especially in combat. They will look to you to set the example. Setting the example should be your foremost pursuit as you embark upon your journey. I assure you, your character, your integrity, above else, will determine your success, and only in the military, not only in the military, but as well as in life. You should take great pride in knowing that this university, as well as the outstanding ROTC program you have completed, have prepared you well for the challenges that lie ahead. That said, your goal should be to make a difference, to serve, to contribute to greater good, to be leaders and individuals of character, to set the example for others, and to contribute in your own way to making a world a better, safer place. To the graduates, as Moses shared with the people of Israel, Reverend Hicks, he said, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. So on behalf of the Army, our Secretary of the Army, John McHugh, and the Chief of Staff of the Army, General Ray Ordinero, let me be the first to say to you, welcome to the United States Army. Congratulations, Army Strong. Colonel Foster, let's make this happen. Cadets, Lieutenant Trump, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name. Having been appointed an officer in the Army of the United States, as indicated in the grade of second lieutenant, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of which I am to enter. So help me God. Congratulations to the commissioned officers of the United States Army.
Would the family and friends of Second Lieutenant Kathy and Second Lieutenant Thompson please come forward for the unveiling? Lieutenants, about face. Second Lieutenant LaShonda Kathy is from Detroit, Michigan. She's accompanied by her mother, grandmothers, and pastor from Detroit, and her boyfriend, Second Lieutenant Quincy Holder from Baltimore, Maryland. Her mother, Celicia Kathy, and Mr. John Graham, the band director for the Marching Musical Machine of the Mid-South, will unveil her rank. Her first assignment is to the Air Defense Artillery Basic Officer Leader Course at the 6th Air Defense Artillery Brigade at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. I present to you Second Lieutenant LaShonda Kathy. Second Lieutenant Quentin Thompson is from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. He's accompanied by his parents, Ernie and Veronica Murray of Pine Bluff. His parents will now unveil his rank. Second Lieutenant Thompson is a platoon leader in Delta Company, 1st of the 53rd Infantry Regiment, 39th Infantry Brigade in the Arkansas Army National Guard. I present to you Second Lieutenant Thompson. Let's give these lieutenants another round of applause. Sir, if I could ask you and Chancellor Alexander to please go down to prepare to present certificates to these new officers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them another round of applause. Thank you, and this concludes our commissioning ceremony. Lieutenants and parents, please be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to, as we transition to a time, we're going to say goodbye to the Professor of Military Science, Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Foster. I would like to invite the Chancellor to come forward and say a few words about him prior to him receiving his award.
It's our great honor. It's a bittersweet occasion where we recognize the work of Lieutenant Colonel Foster. He's done an incredible job for us here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff and our military science program and our ROTC. He has been reassigned by the U.S. Army, and we respect that. But we also want to pause and honor his contributions to our university and to thank him for all that he has done for us and for our students and for this community. So at this time, it is my great pleasure to thank Lieutenant Colonel Foster Jeff Foster for the work that he has done here. Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel.
Cadets and service members, attention to attention to orders. This is to certify that the President of the United States of America, authorized by executive order, has awarded the Meritorious Service Medal to Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey L. Foster, United States Army, for exceptionally meritorious service while serving as a professor of military science at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. Lieutenant Colonel Foster's professionalism and dedication to duty significantly contributed toward the unit's mission of commissioning and assessing officers into the Army. His numerous contributions and outstanding performance of duty reflect great credit upon him, the U.S. Army Cadet Command, and the United States Army from 2 July 2012 to 1 June 2015, his 20th day of March 2015, Peggy C. Combs, Major General, U.S. Army Commanding.
At this time, our program calls for a selection by our internationally known Vesper Choir, who are recently back from a tour to the Big Apple, to New York City. We're very glad to have our Vesper Choir bring a selection, and then following that will be senior reflections by Mr. Delano Henry, class of 15.
First, I would like to greet the Chancellor. Greetings to administration, faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, greetings and congratulations to the graduating class of 2015. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Can I get an amen?
As we embark on new journeys, there is one thing that we all must pay attention to. What is it, you ask? I honestly don't know. No, all jokes aside. We must pay attention to our reflection. What is our reflection, you ask? It is everything that makes us human and everything that makes us great. Our reflection is something that we should be able to look at and not only see our strength, but our weaknesses and our growth edges. The University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff gave us the opportunity to reach our highest potential. We entered the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff as dreamers. This great university has now empowered us through knowledge and steps of implementation to achieve our dreams and bring them into reality. Allow me to guide us as we reflect. Go to your first ever Line Fever Day where you experienced the true pride of UAPB. I was intrigued by how students had so much pride and passion for their organization and campus life. Reflect to the first time you made your schedule during freshman orientation. When your mom didn't want you taking more than 15 hours because she was worried that her baby couldn't handle it. Let's fast forward to our days loitering at the Herald Complex, or as we all know it, the Plex. There we met people with similar interests, which I like to call our day ones, who would develop into lifelong friends. Through University College, we found our way to classes in Corbin Hall, Dawson Hicks, Counts Kyle Science Building, and other buildings that would become home for the next few years. Experiencing student elections, Greek weeks, and homecoming helped us to identify organizations that would contribute to our leadership development and demand prioritizing over procrastination. If it wasn't for our UAPB experiences, we would not have known our own strength. With our hectic schedules and rigorous courses, we learned the importance of time management, study plans, research, project planning and production, and most important, sacrificing social time for academic excellence. Sometimes you could be so busy that you end up having to miss the calf, and you couldn't use your flex because you and your friends had run through them your first week of school. Or how about that time when you learned about good financial planning and budgeting? You said around your junior and senior year, I'm grown now, I'll move off campus. And sometimes you could barely pay the rent. Can I get an amen? Although at times we carried the weight of the world through our collegiate journey, you can proudly say that you have made it. God does not put more on you than you can bear, and we know this for a fact. Can I get another amen? Reflecting on our experience should give us gratitude from how far we've come, but we must realize that the work is not done here. Reflect on everything you've been through and accomplished. Each of these experiences have made you who you are today. It is time for us to really become the leaders we see in ourselves, not only for our well-being, but for a younger generation, our families, and also our dear alma mater. Our university cannot thrive without us. As we reflect on everything that this prestigious institution has given us in knowledge, phenomenal resources, mentors, role models, the list goes on and on. It would be selfish of us not to represent our university with the highest level of professionalism it has taught us, which, might I add, and I'm gonna brag a little bit on our class, manifested during our many out-of-class experiences such as internships at Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., study abroad programs in China, and the numerous co-ops that prepared us for jobs after today. It is imperative that we give forward. It is imperative that we always focus on the advancement of our institution. We need people who have a genuine care for our home. How do we show that we care and that we are concerned? Simply by getting up off our dairy airs, putting your best work ethic behind your faith, living daily in the city of I Can, shout out to Ms. Vaughn. We cannot place God in a box. God has shown us through our college years that our dreams are possible to accomplish. All we have to do is have faith in Him and lean not into our own understanding. I would like to close with one of my favorite quotes from the book, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself, and that no heart has ever suffered when it goes in the search of its dreams, because every second of the search is a second's encounter with God and with the eternal. So graduates, when you get home tonight, and it's just you, your thoughts, and the mirror, look at your reflection. You would be surprised at all the answers God will give you in that instant if you just reminisce about your experiences. It is time to become the person God has called you to be. As J. Cole would say, we all have dreams and we got the right to chase them. UAPB class of 2015, congratulations on achieving this major step of graduation and fulfilling your dreams. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Henry, for those fine words to the class of 2015. Now is the time for our presentation of medallions. The medallions for our most outstanding honor graduate in each school and the interim student government president, and to assist in that endeavor, our university registrar, Mrs. Erica Fulton, will come forward.
Thank you, Chancellor. From the School of Arts and Sciences, Ms. Fabiola Cardoso Delgado. Hometown, Guaterio, Mexico. High School, Colegio Marcelina. GPA 3.94. Major, Physics. Fabiola plans to enroll in graduate school at the University of Arkansas, Fayetteville to pursue a master's degree in electrical engineering. She plans to study nanostructures and focus on developing new materials used in medicine, computers, lasers, and detectors. From the School of Business and Management, Mrs. Jeanette Spicer. Hometown, Pine Bluff, Arkansas. High School, Pine Bluff High. GPA 3.902. Major, Business Administration Management. Mrs. Spicer plans to enroll in graduate school in the spring of 2016 at Webster University in Little Rock. She plans to pursue a master's in human resource management. She ultimately desires to become an insurance benefits specialist with Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield, her current employer for the past 10 years. From University College, General Studies, Miss Christina James. Hometown, Earl, Arkansas. High School, Earl High. GPA 3.839. Her major, General Studies with a concentration in education. Ms. James plans to enroll in a master's program with an emphasis in computer science and game development while seeking alternative teaching licensure. Her passion is creative writing. She aspires to become a published author and script writer for an indie video game studio. From the School of Education, Ms. Casey Jackson. Hometown, Pine Bluff, Arkansas. High School, Pine Bluff High. GPA 3.765. Major, Early Childhood Education. Mrs. Jackson will begin teaching at an elementary school next fall. She plans to pursue a Master of Education in Elementary Ed. Mrs. Jackson's ultimate career goal is to become National Board Certified and promote higher standards in education. From the School of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Human Sciences, Ms. Adrienne Malia Morgan. Hometown, Pine Bluff, Arkansas. High School, Watson Chapel High. GPA 3.688. Major, Regulatory Science, Agriculture. Ms. Morgan plans to enroll in graduate school at the University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff, to pursue a master's degree in agricultural regulations. Her career goal is to become a food and consumer safety inspector for the United States Department of Agriculture Food and Safety Inspection Service. And for our interim Student Government Association President, Ms. Sharika Shaw. Hometown, Pine Bluff, Arkansas. High School, Pine Bluff High. Major, Agriculture, agricultural business, GPA 3.36. Ms. Shaw will begin her career with the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation in August 2015. She later plans to attend graduate school to obtain a master's degree in accounting. Please join me in congratulating these honored students.
Let's give our medallion winners another round of applause. I'd like to acknowledge some very special people in the graduating class. Would all members of the Honors College please rise? All members of the Honors College. Let's put our hands together for our Honors College, members of the Blakely Honors College. You may be seated. All of our graduates who are graduating with honors today, all graduates with honors today, please stand and be recognized. You may be seated. We're going to ask all of our student athletes to please rise to be recognized. All student athletes. You may be seated. Now is the part of the program that we've all been waiting for. We will begin the conferring of degrees. And at this time, we're going to ask Dr. Jacqueline McCrae, Interim Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, to present the deans by school for graduate and undergraduate degree candidacy. Dr. McCrae.
The master's degree candidates will be presented by the respective dean of each school. Dr. James Garner Jr., School of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Human Sciences, and Dr. Andrea Stewart, School of Arts and Sciences.
Will the candidates for the master's degrees from the School of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Human Sciences please rise? Chancellor Alexander, these candidates have fulfilled all requirements for the degrees for which they have been nominated. It is with the approval of the faculty that I recommend these candidates to you for conference of these degrees. Will the candidates please be seated?
Will the candidate for the master's degree from the School of Arts and Sciences please rise? Chancellor Alexander, this candidate has fulfilled all requirements for the degree for which she has been nominated. It is with the approval of the faculty that I recommend this candidate to you for conference of the degree. Will the candidate please be seated?
Will all candidates for master's degrees please rise? Trustee Broughton, I recommend each of these candidates to you for the degree for which they have been nominated.
By the authority of the Board of Trustees of the University of Arkansas, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer on each of you the degree for which you have been recommended with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto.
Will all master's degree candidates and their advisors please approach the stage in this order? School of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Human Sciences, and the School of Arts and Sciences.
Shirvan Shrestha. Pramod Panta. Sharice Pokriel. Jungfa Shang.
Tarshika West.
The undergraduate degree candidates will be presented by the respective dean of each school. Dr. James Garner Jr., Agriculture, Fisheries, and Human Sciences. Dr. George Hertz, School of Education. Dr. Janice Coleman, University College. Dr. Lawrence Owapatu, Business and Management. And Dr. Andrea Stewart, School of Arts and Sciences.
Will the undergraduate degree candidates from the School of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Human Science please rise? Chancellor Alexander, these candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for the degrees for which they have been nominated. It is with the approval of the faculty that I recommend the candidates to you for conference of these degrees. Candidates, please be seated.
Will the undergraduate candidates for the degrees in School of Education please rise? Chancellor Alexander, these candidates have fulfilled all requirements for the degrees for which they have been nominated. It is with the approval of the faculty that I recommend the candidates to you for conference of these degrees. Will the candidates please be seated?
Will the undergraduate degree candidates from the Division of University College please rise? Chancellor Alexander, these candidates have fulfilled all requirements for the degrees for which they have been nominated. It is with the approval of the faculty that I recommend the candidates to you for the conference of these degrees. Will the candidates please be seated?
Will the undergraduate degrees candidates from the School of Business and Management please rise? Chancellor Alexander, these candidates have fulfilled all required for the degrees for which they have been nominated. It is with the approval of the faculty that I recommend the candidates to you for conference of these degrees. Will the candidates please be seated?
Will the undergraduate degree candidates from the School of Arts and Sciences please rise? Chancellor Alexander, these candidates have fulfilled all requirements for the degrees for which they have been nominated. It is with the approval of the faculty that I recommend these candidates to you for conference of these degrees. Candidates, you may be seated.
Will all undergraduate candidates for baccalaureate degrees please rise? Trustee Broadway, I recommend each of these candidates to you for the degree for which they have been nominated.
By the authority of the Board of Trustees of the University of Arkansas, and upon recommendation of the faculty, I confer on each of you the degree to which you have been recommended with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. You may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations. You may now be seated.
And now is the time you've really been waiting for. Over the last 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 years. And it may be difficult to contain your praise. However, to ensure that each graduate's name is heard, we're going to ask you to hold applause until the last graduate has been recognized.
Will the graduates from the School of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Human Science please come forward? Adrian Morgan, magna cum laude. Sarika Shaw, cum laude. Michelle Martin. Alicia Brown, cum laude. Teresa Jacobs. Aisha Armstrong. Shanice Golette. Lashandra Ricks. Michelle Coffey. Alexis Hardeman. Charlene Hancock. Danielle Gillespie. Ashley Harris. Jasmine Lambs. Mary Brown. Marquise Carson. Tracy Smith, cum laude. Travis Thomas. Antoinette Oliver. Khadijah Walker. Crystal Kelley. Lashana Barnes. Paula Jones, magna cum laude. Montisha Wallace. Deborah Charles. Martika White. Makita Dunn. Shayla Hunter. Latasia McFarland.
Will the graduates from the School of Education please come forward? Rabisha Burrow, cum laude. Ruffian Payton.
Casey Jackson. Summa cum laude. Gabriel Williams. Cum laude. Tara Branch, magna cum laude. Kelsey Avery, cum laude. Chelsea Barbie, summa cum laude. Michaela Wormley, magna cum laude. Carlisha Walker, cum laude. Rachel Pallamore. Chandler Savage. Tavian Hammond. Raheem Hart. Phyllis Everett. Kenyatta Turner, cum laude.
Graduates from University College, please come forward. Tanya Nasby. Kayla Braddock. Molly Stone. Joyce Dutcher. Ricky Madden. Jessica Hill. Clark Burks. Anthony Smith. Michaela Howard. Tamisha Singleton. Christina James. Michael Copeland. Benjamin Anderson. Kyle Coleman. Darren Eggerson. Warren Smith. Josh Cassidy. Andrew Spencer.
Well, the candidates from the School of Business and Management, please come forward. Janet Spicer, summa cum laude. Kaya Brandt, magna cum laude. Natalia Taylor. Adriana Taylor. Mitchell Wilson. Tara Bryant, cum laude. Tyron House. Umberto Zavala Jr., magna cum laude. Linda Joseph. Andrea Montgomery. Tamara Ferguson. Tanika Towsons. Jelani Lady. Zakia Marshall. Demetrius Combs. Destiny Arm. Brandon Mark, cum laude. Cornelius Branch, Jr.
Will the graduates from the School of Arts and Sciences please rise? Come forward. Gabriela Cardosa Delgado, summa cum laude. Freddie Fairchild. Ashley Mack. Holly Sutton Humphrey, magna cum laude. Brianna Madden. Latanya Doris. Rashonda Benson, cum laude. Sharita Bailey. Anna Ortiz, summa cum laude. Jacqueline Griffin. Kendall Raymer, cum laude. Darlene Miller. David Hardy. Stephen Courtney. Pierce McDonald. Taniqua Johnson, cum laude. Hugh Michael Barnett. Virginia Phillips. Keatris Brown. Lavarius Hoskins. Felicia White. Crystal Thunder. Emily Ann Toku. Edmund Marshall. Gregory Brown. Pietra Johnson. Natasha Woods. Kendall Williams. Teresa Bearden cum laude. Trindatian Skies cum laude. Anthony Hightower. Frederica Richardson cum laude. Brianna Davis cum laude. Miracle Thompson Spicer. Sylvia Jones. Shanae Stallworth. Jasmine Hardwick. Terry Davis. Calibra Blair, summa cum laude. Dominique Mack. Tanae Newby, magna cum laude. Devin Ingram. Nicholas Perkins. Derek Linwood. Ashley Baker. Janiqua Vincent, cum laude. Jasmine Victorian. Whitney Bradley. Ashley Martin. Dana Jones. Joe Allen Porter. Andre Bates, magna cum laude. Taylor Osborne, summa cum laude. Asia Colin, summa cum laude. Ayla Bale. Sharnesia Jackson, summa cum laude. Shakini McShane, magna cum laude. Krista Whitmore. Kristen Lucas. Sydney German. Raven Henley. Joel Parshia. Stephen Johnson Jr. Samantha White. Ronnie McNeil Jr. Kayla Gardner. DeAndre Moore. Maya Holloman. Julian Fennison. Sharon Gamble Jr. John Walker. Jamarius Miller. Kaylin Watson. Jajarian McHenry, summa cum laude. Stephen Howard Jr. Jasmine Austin. Angela Coleman. Elizabeth Perez Rodriguez, summa cum laude. Jonathan Gonder Jr. Jarvis Price. Amari Fulson, cum laude. Kendall Harris. Jonathan Brett, magna cum laude. Christopher Jones, summa cum laude. Kevin Smith Jr., magna cum laude. Joseph Franklin Jr. Cornisha Washington. Michelle Corbin. Jasmine Washington, cum laude. Marielle Hunt, cum laude. Dwight Bryant Jr., magna cum laude. Lasanda Kathy, cum laude.
Will the parents, guardians, spouses, children, supporting family members of these proud graduates please rise so you can be recognized at this time? Graduates, let's recognize and honor family and supporters. At this time, our program calls for the alumni induction, and that will be done by Ms. Tammy Hall, National President of our National Alumni Association. Ms. Hall.
Good afternoon, Golden Lion family. Trustee Broughton, Chancellor Alexander, Governor Hutchinson in his absence, Board of Visitors, university, faculty, staff, parents, and all others assembled for this awesome occasion. I am Tammy Hall, and I have the pleasure of serving as the National President for the Alumni Association. On behalf of the National Alumni Association of this university, I greet you, class of 2015, and welcome you to the National Alumni Association. I am honored today to induct you into what we hope will be a lifetime of membership. Would you please stand and repeat after me? I do solemnly swear in the presence of this assembly that I will continue my affiliation with the university through the National Alumni Association and my local chapter, and I will, to the best of my ability, uphold the standards of my alma mater, support its endeavors, and always represent it well. You may be seated. I join others here in congratulating you for reaching this milestone in your life. This is truly a day of commencement, and as you begin in the next phase of your life, we want you to carry with you at all times your National Alumni Membership Card, compliments of the National Alumni Association. And we urge you to renew your membership, $50, my friend, and join us in our efforts as we continue to respond to the call of service of our beloved institution, the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Congratulations, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Hall, for that induction. I called some names earlier of folks who are graduating. I want to recognize two of the graduates who are daughters of a staff member. Would Ms. Michelle Corbin and Tammy Ferguson please stand? These are the daughters of Ms. Bonita Corbin on our staff. Let's give them a round of applause. At this time, we're going to ask everyone to stand and join in with the Vesper Choir on Lift Every Voice and Sing. directed by Mr. John Graham. This has been a glorious day, and oh, happy day for all of us. We are grateful and appreciative to Governor Hutchinson for his inspirational words and wisdom and encouragement to our graduates. We'd like to thank, of course, our Vesper Choir under the direction of Dr. Michael Bates and Mr. Andy Book. We'd like to thank special thanks to our Wind Symphony and Concert Band under the direction of Mr. John Graham. And to the class of 2015, you made it. You are now official, and you have the right to enter the world with boldness and confidence that you can and you will succeed in all of your endeavors. You have the privilege and the honor of having completed 120 plus hours with some of the hardest success-driven professors. All of this gives you the right and the privilege and the honor appertaining thereto to call the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff your alma mater. But also with this degree comes responsibility to serve, to lead, and to give back. Serve your fellow man, lead in your families and communities, and give back to your university by being a leading light to those who will come behind you, by staying connected with this university, and by getting to work within our Alumni Association. This is your time. This is your opportunity. So seize the day, cherish the moment, go forth and be all that you can be. Soar with the eagles and be the pride of this university that makes the nation roar. Once again, congratulations, class of 2015. We are very proud of you. We're going to do the alma mater. We're going to stand for the alma mater. And following the alma mater, we will have the benediction by the Reverend Dr. H. Beecher Hicks, Jr., and we'll ask the men to remove their hats at this time. Men, remove your hats. Thank you.
pause for a moment in the presence of Almighty God. Would you reach for the hand of the person standing next to you? Take for a moment and realize the importance of the hand that you hold. Remember that we are not here by accident. We are here by the providential action of God in our lives. Remember that there are no big shots and no little shots. We are all one as we stand together and as we face the future. Remember this, the end of education is to know God and the laws and purposes of His universe, and to reconcile one's life with these laws. And I stood on a hillside, and I saw men and women, boys and girls holding each other's hands. And as they looked into each other's eyes, no one was afraid. And I said to the angel, "Where is this?" And the angel said, "This is the kingdom of God." And I said to the angel, "Who are these?" And the angel said, "These are they that have come up out of great tribulation, to have washed their robes white in the blood of the Lamb." And I said to the angel, "Where is this?" And the angel said, "This is heaven." God be with you till we meet again.